Welcome to Sex Ed with DB. I'm your host, DB. Let's get into it.
Ever feel like the wellness landscape is missing something and that conversations are very one-size-fits-all? And that the conversations don't necessarily apply to your experiences? Hi, I'm Dr. Cassandra Dunbar, the host of the Be Well Sis podcast. Be Well Sis explores everything from hormonal health to aging to relationships and everything in between. The Be Well Sis podcast is your home for insightful conversations with incredibly inspiring women from all walks of life. Join us every week and tune into an episode that is crafted to help you thrive physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. The Be Well Sis podcast is available wherever you get your podcasts. Be Well Sis.
Hello, DB here, sex educator, rom-com critic, and pleasure expert. And today we have a special More Sex Ed bonus episode of Sex Ed with DB. We are diving nose first into a question that's on many minds but often left unspoken. What should my vagina smell like? Now, let's first go over the floral fantasy and its roots. Let's talk about the myth that vaginas should smell like roses. This idea didn't just sprout from nowhere. It is deeply rooted in history of misogyny and marketing. In the early 20th century, companies like Lysol promoted douching. That's right, Lysol promoted douching with their disinfectant as a way to maintain, quote, feminine hygiene, suggesting that natural vaginal scents were undesirable. These marketing tactics played on societal fears and insecurities, implying that a woman's worth was tied to her ability to smell like a flower shop. This not only pathologized natural bodily functions, but also created a lucrative market for products that promised to fix something that wasn't broken in the first place. Now, let's get to the heart of the matter. Every vagina has its own unique scent, and that's perfectly normal. A healthy vagina often has a mild, kind of musky aroma, sometimes described as tangy or fermented, similar to yogurt or sourdough bread. This is due to the presence of lactobacilli, beneficial bacteria that help maintain an acidic environment, keeping harmful bacteria at bay. It's also normal for the scent to change throughout your menstrual cycle, after sex, or during pregnancy, and factors like sweat, hormones, and diet can all play a role. Now, here is when scent signals something more. If there is a fishy smell, that is often linked to bacterial vaginosis, aka BV, which is a common imbalance in vaginal flora. If there's a yeasty or like extra bready like smell, I know before I mentioned like a normal vagina could smell musky or like sourdough bread, but if you're smelling something that is abnormally yeasty, it could indicate a yeast infection, and that often could also be seen by looking at the fluids and the kind of discharge that your vagina is outputting. So definitely be on the lookout for that. If there's a metallic-y kind of smell, that's usually related to blood, perhaps after menstruation or sex. If there's something rotten or foul, it might be a tampon that's been in for too long, or in rare cases, a sign of cervical cancer. So if you notice a persistent, unusual odor accompanied by itching, burning, unusual discharge, it is time to consult a healthcare provider. Now, how do you keep things smelling like you, like your normal, natural, everyday scent? Number one, we've talked about this on the podcast, but please, please, please avoid douching. It can disrupt your natural pH balance and lead to infections. So don't listen to Lysol. Don't listen to the douching products. They are trying to sell you something. You do not need that. Skip scented products as well. Anything scented pads, tampons, sprays can cause irritation, and it is unnecessary. So please, please don't use those. Also, wear breathable fabrics. When thinking about your underwear, you want to opt for cotton underwear and avoid tight clothing to reduce moisture buildup. Practice good hygiene. Regularly wash the vulva, which is the external area, with warm water. You could use kind of like a very, very gentle, mild soap on the vulva, but you don't need any soap or anything other than water in the vagina, as it is a self-cleaning organ. And lastly, stay hydrated and maintain a balanced diet. What you eat and drink can influence your body's natural odors. Now, before I leave you, I really, really want to reiterate you should be embracing your natural scent. There is absolutely nothing wrong with your vagina smelling like a vagina. It is a part of you, it's a sign of a healthy, functioning body. So embrace it. And if something smells off, don't hesitate to reach out to a healthcare provider. This is all a part of healthcare. It is not embarrassing, it is normal. That is all for what your vagina should smell like today on our More Sex Ed episode. If you have an anonymous sex ed question that you'd like to ask, go to our link tree in our Instagram bio, scroll down, it says ask a sex ed question, and you'll see the anonymous Google form. You can also always send us an email at sexedwithdb@gmail.com. And yeah, I hope that you've been enjoying Rom-Com Vom. If you haven't heard this week's Rom-Com Vom episode with Hurry, I highly recommend you check it out. It is available. Listen to it right now after this episode. Go ahead and go listen to our episode of The Wedding Singer. And yeah, I love you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great day. Bye. Our creator, host, and executive producer is me, Danielle Bezalel, aka DB. Our producer is Sadie Lidji. Our communications lead is Cathren Cohen. Our music theme is by Hook Sounds. Thanks so much to our featured guests, partners, and listeners. If you have a rom-com you remember from growing up and want us to cover it on Rom-Com Bomb, submit it to us by leaving a review on Apple Podcasts and leaving a comment on Spotify. Want to partner with us? Email us at sexedwithdb@gmail.com. For more sex ed content, follow us on Instagram at sexedwithdbpodcast. See you next time.